Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Adidas Hybrid 150 boxing gloves. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Adidas Hybrid 150 boxing gloves. Got mine in the blue and gold colorway in 12 ounces. It is a Velcro closure only glove. You can also get it in 10 and 14 ounces and black and white colorway. Now, when I first got these gloves, my first impression was that these are kind of more geared to the entry level, more of a fitness style bag glove. They're kind of like the rival fitness, I believe it's the rival RB7 fitness bag gloves, kind of in that same realm. It uses synthetic polyurethane outside, and it also uses molded foam. To me, those are kind of like the common theme when you see gloves that are like in the $20 to $50 range. They usually always have injected molded foam. They're usually synthetic, and to me, this is kind of where Adidas is at with this particular glove. Now, over the years, Adidas kind of has a confusing lineup. At least the way I look at it, it's kind of confusing. They have, their hybrid line, and they have their speed line, and now they have their speed tilt, and then they had their really high-end line that they actually worked with 1v1 fight gear, and they made those custom Adidas gloves, which I don't think they do those anymore. And those are like $400. And then they have some of their, I'd say they're more higher end gloves that are like $200, that are like their fight gloves that have horsehair. So they have such a varying variety of boxing gloves that I think it could kind of get a little confusing for people. And these are their newest, I guess you say, lineup of gloves with these hybrids. So they're newest, and they're more entry level, if you want to call it, with the Hybrid 150. And typically when you see Adidas, they usually use like a number system. They'll go like Hybrid 150, Hybrid 250, Hybrid 350, and usually the higher the number, the better quality or the better performance that you get with those gloves. So look at the glove. It does use the polyurethane outside casing. It is made in Pakistan. It has more of a semi-gloss look with the polyurethane that they use here. You see the Adidas written vertically in gold, as well as the gold on the thumb that has a split seam diagonally down right this side of the glove. That seam also extends down to the wrist section right here. You do have the Velcro strap. It has that aero vent technology, which is basically their version of a some type of mesh, synthetic mesh. It says Hybrid 150 right there. You have, I'd say, about an inch of padding on the back of the wrist, and virtually non-existing padding on the inside, maybe about an eighth of an inch right here. It does say aero ready right here, and then you have that mesh palm all throughout the entire portion of the palm side, ventilated holes on the thumb, gold piping right there. You have a smaller grip bar, as well as a nylon attached to them, and then ejected molded foam, which is much denser than a multi-layered foam. And again, that's what you kind of see on these entry-level gloves right there. So there you have it with this glove. Nothing really too crazy. I like the look of it. I think it looks pretty unique. I do like that split design. That looks really clean as well. Quality-wise, these gloves are okay. You kind of get what you pay for. The synthetic material is definitely not comparable to like a rival microfiber, or even what you see like Onyx X Factor. That's not even in the same realm, like the X Factor, the Apex gloves, which are much thicker, much more resilient. This feels thinner, kind of similar to like the Everlast, maybe like a grade higher than that. You do have the nylon attached thumb. Not a lot of people are a fan of mesh, especially when you put a lot of mesh on the palm. The issue I have with this is that when I would put my hand wraps in the bag, the Velcro would get snagged on this, and it would actually kind of yank on the fiber. So I'm not a big fan of that. The glove is definitely top heavy. So you can see that the midsection right here is lacking wrist support, and that's because there's really relatively no foam padding on the inner part of the wrist. So you can see that it's very top heavy and a very floppy glove. Even though they try to utilize a more tapered, angled Velcro strap right there, that does really nothing in terms of your wrist support. So I wish there was something there in that regard. The inner liner is your standard polyester nylon liner with a little bit of microfiber on the sides right there. You have your tag that shows where it's manufactured and the size as well, being 12 ounces. And the gloves are not on weight. So these are supposed to be 12 ounces, and they weigh in at like 10.7, 10.9 ounces. So they're about an ounce to an ounce and a half underweight. And you can definitely feel it when you pick them up. They do feel lightweight. So you can see kind of some bubbling and lumps from me using it. I believe that's actually in the molded foam. So you start to see some of those kind of pop up, and I'm going to venture to guess I'm going to start seeing them here over in the knuckle area the more I use these gloves. So again, quality's okay. You kind of get what you pay for with this particular glove. Comfort wise, sliding your hand in, you know, for a 12 ounce glove, I was kind of skeptical. I actually had a pair of 12 ounce Adidas gloves years ago that were molded foam, and then man, I got them at a place locally called Play It Again Sports. I don't know if that's something that is all over the United States. I know they have them here in Arizona and in California, maybe Texas in the Southwest, but they're called Play It Again Sports. So they sell new equipment, they have old equipment too, but they had a new pair of Adidas gloves, and those things hurt like hell. They were molded foam, they just felt super stiff. And I would end up getting blisters on my pinky and my ring finger, on these knuckles right here, because it would rub against the inside foam. So I was kind of afraid that was going to happen with these, but fortunately they didn't. They're actually pretty comfortable on the inside. One thing you'll notice, even though they use molded foam on the exterior, it feels like they added like almost like a softer liner, like a layer of thicker padding that lines up against your hand, which is smart because it gives you more comfort. It kind of wraps your hand so you don't have like a gap between your knuckle and that molded foam to where it just kind of rubs against it. It's just like your shoes. If your shoes are too loose and the back of your heel keeps rubbing, you end up getting blisters on the back of your heel. And it's kind of the same concept, but the depth of the finger compartment's good. They actually put a neoprene pad over the stitching, which is really nice. I like that feature. The thumb position is good and it doesn't jam at the top, so that's really good. And this piping isn't too tight, even with hand wraps on. So I do like that. The ventilation does work really nicely. I'll give them that. It's kind of a trade-off. You're getting the trade-off of durability for just a much more, I guess, breathable feel with this glove. And the Velcro strap is good. I like the compactness of it. To me, if you are just starting off in boxing, or maybe you're even at the intermediate level, these to me are really good for bag work and hitting the mitts. My only thing with these is the durability. It's probably not going to last very long. If you're at a competitive level, you'll probably run through these gloves in a matter of a couple of weeks or even a few months, in my opinion, especially if you're training every day and you're putting hours of work in. But they do look really nice. I like the way the gloves look aesthetically. But yeah, honestly, they're actually pretty comfortable. There is a little bit of a break-in period with these gloves because of the molded foam. But I was actually a little surprised that these are more comfortable than some of the Adidas gloves I tried out before. Protection and performance. Now, molded foam, I've never been a big fan of them, of molded foam. There's really nothing to it. It's just a big block of foam that is basically injected into a cast, and then it's formed, and then they kind of slip it into the glove once it's open, and then they seal it all up and stitch it closed. Great for protection, great for shock absorption, more affordable generally speaking for both the manufacturer and obviously the end user, which is the customer. So essentially they're kind of like passing the savings along to you because it doesn't cost them as much to put different layers of foam in there of different densities, open, closed cell foams, EVA, rubber, latex, rubber mat, whatever it may be, which gives a much more higher performance feel. And just depending on who the boxer is, some people are more, they want more of a puncher style glove, some want more protection because they've had hand injuries, and these are definitely more on the protective side. You're not going to get kind of the feedback you're looking for, that piercing feeling of your knuckles going through. Decent feedback, a little bit more of a thud type of glove rather than a crack because of that molded foam. But if you're looking for something at the beginner level, for mitt work, again, for bag work, and you want something more protective that's good for shock absorption, then these would be a solid choice. Cost-wise, these gloves are $44.99, so let's round up to $45, which is, you know, pretty solid at the price point. I would say that if it was in my opinion, if you could maybe get these on sale during a holiday season, whatever holiday it may be, and you can get like 20-30% off, and if you can get these gloves for around like $30, then I definitely think they're worth it. Because at the price point of like at $45, honestly I would probably drop another 20 and get me some Venom Impacts. That's just me though. But again, if you could get these at like around the 30, I'd say maximum $35 mark, then I would think they're a pretty good deal. all things considered, if you're looking for an entry-level glove. But those are my thoughts on these gloves. Hopefully Adidas comes out with a better quality version of this. In my opinion, maybe the multi-layer foam version with laces, leather, genuine leather. But we shall see. But overall, a solid glove with a couple of small details that it can be improved on. But you kind of get what you pay for with these hybrid 150s. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Adidas hybrid 150 boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace.